Good afternoon. My name is Jania Martin with HR Department.
Good afternoon, Miss Martin. My name is Sherry Clark. It's nice to meet you.
Same here, Ms. Clark. How are you today?
I'm doing well, thank you.
Well, I'm here to give you an interview for our juvenile probation officer position we have. And this interview is very informal, so relax. We're going to have a decent, good time, and don't hesitate to keep talking. And I'm going to take notes while you're talking, and we're going to get through this interview.
Oh, great. Thank you, Miss Martin. I have a copy of my resume if you'd like.
I have a copy here. Thank you.
All right, great. Thank you. Yes,
All right. Well, tell me something about yourself, Ms. Clark.
Well, I've actually worked in the law enforcement or correctional field for the last 4 years, where I had the role of a correctional officer and a correctional training officer. I pride myself on professionalism and integrity, and I'm looking forward to joining a strong team of professional individuals who go out into the communities and address our criminal needs and help, revitalize those individuals' lives need to be changed.
Okay. What does work professionalism and ethics mean to you?
The first thing that comes to mind for me is respect and dignity. I think it's very important that you show each individual, respect and dignity. Doesn't matter if it is a fellow employee, a client, or the general public. I think that's very important. And I think each day when you're carrying out your daily duties, if you do that and, hold yourself to a high professional level, that you will reciprocate that same respect.
Okay. Well, what about this job interests you the most?
The one thing, when I did my research, I was really intrigued at the fact that the department had been in place for many, many years. It had gone through several changes, and it is new and evolving. And I was excited to try to become a part of a team that is conquering new strides and making differences within our correctional and law enforcement environment.
Okay. Well, what are some of your strengths?
I tend to have a strong verbal and written communication. I'm organized individual, and I am a team player. I firmly believe in working together as a team to accomplish and achieve goals, and am willing to assist anyone at any time with those needs.
Okay. Well, give me a weakness of yours.
If I were to say that I had some weaknesses, definitely one of my weaknesses would be that I tend to be a stickler for detail, and I sometimes overanalyze projects, or I will go back and proofread something just for that detail portion of it. And sometimes that will cause me to, miss deadlines or dates and stuff.
Okay. Well, sometimes that can be a good weakness. What do you do when you have a great deal of work to accomplish in a very short period of time?
The first thing that comes to mind that I would do is create a to-do list. I would create that to-do list in order to prioritize the tasks that need to be done, either by the urgency level of the task itself or the time restraints on those tasks. And then once I prioritize that list, I would start tackling it one by one. And if I need to, reach out to any resources that I might need to help accomplish that.
Okay. If faced with violence from a juvenile, how would you handle it?
Well, of course, the first thing that I would do is I would rely on those communication skills. I would reach down and really try to understand where this individual is coming from. What is their level of frustration? What is causing them to get to that point? And try to communicate with them verbally. Let's talk about this. Let's work through this, and try to de-escalate the situation. Of course, we know that not all situations are the same, and not all of them that are able to give that same response to. And sometimes in our field, that there has to be physical force used. And if that were the situation, I would absolutely follow policy and procedures that the agency has in place and use the minimal amount of force necessary to contain the situation.
What would you do to prepare yourself for court?
The first thing that I would do to prepare myself for court is, one, I would review my case study, my notes, and any documentation pertaining to that particular case so that I can refresh my memory on all the details. And I would prepare myself for the following morning. Have my attire ready, get a good night's sleep so that I'm fresh and alert during the court proceedings when you go through the questions.
Okay. You would be in constant communication with our criminals. What type of experience do you have communicating with this class of people?
Well, as I stated earlier in the interview, Ms. Martin, I have worked in the correctional field for the last 4 years. And in that respective position, I have come in contact with individuals ranging from maximum offenses to minimum offenses. And as you can imagine, in that environment, you deal with different personalities, different structures, different situations, and you become very versatile in your communication with these individuals.
The last question is, how do you deal with stress?
Well, the first thing really to deal with stress is I try to tackle each task or situation as it comes and not, fret or stress or worry about it. I just try to tackle it head on and get it accomplished and get it behind me. I tend to be an individual that works well under pressure, so I strive in those type of situations. But I do know that we have to have a healthy balance between good stress and bad stress. If I do find myself getting to the point that I'm feeling overwhelmed, I'll take a moment to step back from the situation and kind of take a deep breath and reassess it, and then approach it either from the same angle or from a different perspective. And then from a personal standpoint, in my off time, I try to respect my off time, and I enjoy playing golf, going to the lake, and things like that.
That's relaxing.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Well, that's all the questions I have for you, Ms. Clark. Thank you for your time, and we will definitely get back with you once we narrow down our decision.
Great. Thank you, Ms. Martin. I
Thank you.
appreciate the opportunity. I look forward to hearing from you.
Thank you. Have a good day.